Hey guys, in this video we shall solve another problem on LeetCode, finding the middle of the linked list. Given a head of a single linked list, return the middle node of the linked list. If there are two middle nodes, then return the second middle node. So let's understand the problem with a given example. So here they've given a linked list containing 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the head will be pointing to the first element. Now we need to find the middle node of the linked list. So the approach one for this problem is approach one is at first we need to find the length of the linked list. So after you find the length of the linked list, you find the middle element, middle value. Middle node is given by the length divided by 2. So once you get the middle node, you need to find the value at that node. That means you need to traverse in the linked list till the middle value and at last fetch middle that value at that middle node. If you take this example, this contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is the length of the linked list. So you find the middle value, that is nothing but 5 by 2. Since middle will be in the integer format, 5 by 2 will give you 2 instead of 2.5. But we are taking integer of the middle value, that is nothing but 2. So once you get the 2, that is the middle node at which the middle value at the linked list is present. So now you need to traverse till this second mid value. So for int I equal to 0, I lesser than mid, and I plus plus, if head is mentioned starting at, if some list head node is at pointing at the head of the linked list, then we need to perform head equal to head dot next. Head equal to head dot next. So once you perform head equal to head dot next till the middle element, will be finally pointing to the middle value at the end of this by the end of this for loop. So if you need, we can traverse this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at first length will be equal to 0 and middle will also be equal to 0. So while head, instead of using head, you can create a dummy node called head node, list node of head node that is pointing to head. Why are we doing this? If the head only traverses to find the length of the linked list, by the end of this while loop, the head will be pointing to the end of the linked list. So you can't use them in the next for loop here to get the middle value. So we will create a dummy node called head node 1 or head node that is pointing to the first element of the linked list, that is head. So while head node not equal to null, head node 1 not equal to null, length will be equal to length plus plus. So length plus plus would happen. So by the end of this while loop, you will have the length value. Here in this case, you will get the length as 5. Once you have this length as 5, next what you need to perform is for loop. So before performing for loop, you have to find the mid element. Mid will be equal to length by 2. So 5 by 2, that will give you 2. So for I equal to 0 till I lesser than 2, I plus plus. So inside this, now what you perform is, you will create another dummy node In this case, you can directly use head node because we will not be using the head pointer again next anywhere else in this program. So I'll else create another dummy node called list node. That is head node 2 pointing to head. So this head node 1 is used for finding the length of the linked list. Head node 2 is used for finding the middle value. So we'll iterate till this number 2 I equal to I plus plus. Then yeah, perform head node 2 equal to head node 2 dot next. So by the end of this for loop, you will be pointing to the middle element of the linked list, that is 3. If you want, okay, we'll start with the first element I equal to 0. First iteration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will be equal to 0. Head equal to head dot next. So head will be pointing to, initially head will be pointing to 1. Now head will be pointing to 2. Next to perform I equal to 1. With I equal to 1, head equal to head dot next to perform. So head will be pointing to the 3 value now. So next you give I equal to 2. So this is lesser than 2 mid value, which is condition given here. When this is lesser than 2, but this is not lesser than 2. So that means the cycle will stop here and you can see the head node pointer is pointing to the middle value of the linked list. So you just return the head node 2. If this is the example where the length of the linked list was odd. What if the length of the linked list is even? So for that also we shall take another example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the length of the linked list is 6, length equal to 6 now. We'll create a list, a head node 1 that is pointing to the head of the linked list. And yeah, then we iterate till the while head node 1 not equal to null length plus plus. So by the end of this while loop, the length value will be equal to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you have this, now you need to calculate the mid value. So mid equal to length by 2, that is 6 by 2, nothing but 6. 6 by 2 it would be 3. Sorry, 3. So now you need to iterate till I equal to 0 to I lesser than 3, I plus plus. You need to create another dummy node called head node 2. It is also pointing to the head of the linked list. So once you have this pointing to the head of the linked list, now you need to perform head node 2 equal to head node 2 dot next. Head node head node 2 dot next. So by the end of this for loop, at which point you will be pointing to? Is it either 3 or 4? Because here you have two middle values, right? If it is odd, you can, if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only one middle value will be getting. But if the length of the linked list is even, then we'll be getting two middle values, 3 and 4. So this condition fetches what middle value? Is it 3 or either 4? That we will check it now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at first head will be pointing to for I equal to 0. So I lesser than 3 is the condition. Remember, I lesser than 3 is the condition. So at first I equal to 0 and head will be pointing to 1. Then you perform head equal to head node 2 dot next. So head will point to the node 2 now. Now again I equal to 1. I value will be incremented, that is lesser than 3. Now head equal to head node 2 equal to head node 2 dot next. So head node will be pointing to the 3 value. Third node. Next, again, you increment the value of I equal to 2, which is lesser than 3, of course. So head node 2 equal head node 2 dot next, so it will be pointing to 4. So once this is done, I equal to 3, which is not lesser than 3. So this condition is false. So by the end of the for loop, the head node is pointing to the fourth element as the node value containing as 4. So we said that earlier there are two middle elements for this even length linked list, 3 and 4, but by the end of the for loop we have got the 4 as a head node pointing to. So as given in the question, if there are two middle nodes, return the second middle node. So in this case, we have two middle nodes, 3 and 4. Since the length of the linked list even, we have two middle nodes, 3 and 4. So we have got the second middle node as the answer. So this code works fine for both even and odd number of odd length of the linked list. So now we shall code this. Um, so at first we shall create two dummy nodes. Head list node head node 1 equal to head. This is for finding the length of the linked list. Then again list node head node 2 equal to head. So both are pointing to the head of the linked list. One we will use it for the finding length of the linked list. Other we will use it for finding the middle value. So both are pointing to head of the linked list. Once this is done, while head node 1 not equal to null, length would become length plus 1. So length plus plus. So initialize length here now equal to 0. So this would give you the length of the linked list. Length of the linked list. So once you get the length of the linked list, calculate the mid value. To calculate the mid value, you create int mid equal to length by 2. So since middle value is in the integer format, if you get any decimal format, it will convert it into it. It's not a problem because if the length of the linked list is 5, 5 by 2 is 2.5, but we are taking integer value, so it will be 2. So once you find the middle value of the linked list, now finding the middle value for int I equal to 0, I lesser than mid, and I plus plus. Yeah, before this, now we will be using the dummy node head node 2 for traversing to the linked list. So head node 2 equal to head node 2 dot next. So by the end of this for loop, the pointer will be pointing to the middle value of the linked list. So at the end, just return head node 2. Okay. It is giving time limit exceeded error because we didn't increment the head node pointer to the next value. So head node 1 equal to head node 1 dot next. Yeah. Now we shall submit this and check. Yes, all the test cases has been passed. If you have any doubts, please drop out in the comment section and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. We'll come up with another video in the next session. Thank you.